tutorial guys, and in this video we will discuss about form handling. Form is handling is very important in PHP. Without form handling you won't be able to work in PHP. So I will show you how very basic example how the form handling will work. So first I will write here, let's save this file, rather form.php. okay, now here let's start HTML first. Form handling. So far, whatever you were working, we was not working with HTML. Now we will work with PHP with HTML also. So what we will do here? First, we will write here form and then form close. I will show you with very basic example, not with the design, so that you will focus on how form works actually. So I'll write here first name, then input type text. Name we must provide here. Okay, so it will be first name, and remember this name cannot have space like this. Always you should use either, there are two ways of using, either this way or you can put underscore. Okay, now right here br and then first name and last name here also last name. So I'm just taking two fields only. So now submit, button and button close. Here we'll write type equal to submit and here submit. That's it. Now let's open this into the browser. Form.php. So now these two are our forms. Now if we submit, click on submit. Here I'll write Umar, then here Rahman. This is ugly form design wise, I know, but as I mentioned you that this one I'm using for focusing on functional part, not the design. Later I will show you with the design also. So if I submit here, then what will happen? You can see the value passed here. First name Umar, last name Rahman. That means what? It is passing as a key value pair in browser. So how it's passing in browser? You can see, I'm showing you, because there are different methods here. Form method equal to post. If you provide through post, then it will not show you in browser. By default it takes get. Okay, so here form method is get, and then action means where its value will be passed. So if you put this blank, that means what? If you're putting here blank, that means what? The action will be in same page. I will show you both the way. So just here write PHP start in the top and then PHP close. Okay, I will show you later. Now if you refresh, then the result will be same. Here if I just pass Umar and Rahman, submit, then you can see the result is same. Now just change here to post. Here, so if we will write if $post, that means if this one we write if user has submitted the form. For example, I'm putting here echo hello. This hello will not show by default when loading the page. There is no hello, right? But when I press this button, then you can see hello, right? So that means what? This code says that when user presses the button for submit, only then the code inside of these curly braces will run, or else it will not run. So you always remember this. Okay, that is why we always write here if $post. Clear? Now let's move ahead. We will check here. Actually, the value which passes is in array format. If you want to check, then just write here printer and $_post. So you will see the value from form passes as an associative array. That means key and value. So now if you check, just write Umar the top and Rahman and submit, then you can see the value is passing as key value. This is key, this is value, this is key, this is value. Okay, now if you want to display any one of the name, then just put it like echo, then I'll write here $_post. Remember, this should be capital, not small. Okay, always $_post and $get will be capital, not small. And then what is the key? You can check here the key first name. Okay, so I'll pass here this key and then semicolon. So if you pass key, then it will give you the value. And remember one thing very important, the name of these should be exactly this. Okay, so now if I pass here Umar and Rahman, then you can see it's displaying Umar. Same way, if I pass here Rahman, sorry, last name this one, then it will show Rahman. Echo, and then just I'm putting here HR so that there will be a divider. Now refresh it and then put here Umar and Rahman and submit. You can see this Umar and Rahman. So guys, this is very important to understand the form. So what did you know so far? First thing, form, you have to start and close the form. This is very important. Start form and close the form. First thing. Second thing is you have to provide here the method. Okay, which kind of method? So in most of the cases you will be using this post. I will in detail in one of the videos I will show you what is difference between post and get. Okay, and then action, that means in the same page this action is going to be. So if I write, if you want to take another page for action, sometimes it happens. For example, I don't want to put this PHP code in this, so rather I will write here form underscore action dot php. In that case we have to specify here form underscore action dot php. So now refresh the page and check the magic. So if I write here Umar and Rahman submit, then it will go to the next page, form action page, right? So sometimes to save the page we write the same code, because in this case we have to take two pages. Okay, so for simplicity what we do, we simply put the code into the same page and just we write here action blank. And remember one thing very important here, that the type will be submit. And based on this, for example, it's not first name last name. Okay, just let's create another file. I will call it form calculate.php. Okay, so I will name it number 1 and then number 2. So I will name it as num1 and num2. Now based on this we have to change here as well. So So guys, now what we will do, we will calculate these two. So what we will do, we will declare a variable here, dollar num1 equal to dollar post num1, means what, this value will be assigned to this one. Okay, now dollar num2 equals to this. Now we will calculate here. So we'll write dollar sum equal to dollar num1 plus dollar num2. Now we will display this echo here. Okay, now let's go here, refresh, not this section actually. So our each form calculate, right? Form calculate dot php, calculate dot php form calculation. The name, let's find here. I think I made mistake. Let's do one thing here. Form calculate, which one is that? Yes, this one. I think spelling mistake, calculation, there is something mistake. Anyway, just the main thing is to show you that 40 and 90. Now submit and you can see the result here, adding. So guys, there is a task for you. You write something like here, math, English, chemistry, physics, etc, etc, and try to add and find the result. Now one more thing, if you want to display this value not in PHP part but in your HTML code, for example, if you want to display here sum or total here or just before this, okay, then HR, okay, so you need to open PHP here and then close PHP here, just putting echo. Now you try to open, you will get this notification. It says that undefined variable sum, because this sum is inside here, so it's not finding. So the solution is just you write here error reporting e error. That means it will not display you notice, rather it will display you just whenever there is error. Okay, now if you refresh the page, the notice will be gone. So now once again right here 78 and 90 and you will find the result here rather than displaying on the top. So wherever you want, you can display the result. So guys, this was a very small example, but remember this is very important, because this is your first step while you are working. So you will find later a lot of complexity in the form, a lot of things in the form, but this is the basis which will be very useful for you. So hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.